To begin this tutorial, you will need about 130 yards of super bulky weight yarn, a 15mm hook, scissors, and a threading needle. Okay, let's get started. First, we are going to start with a slip knot, and we're going to chain up 4. Okay, then we're going to slip stitch into the first chain to create a circle, and we're going to chain up 3. Okay, and then we're going to work 3 DC into that circle. Chain 1. And then we're going to work an additional 4 DC into that same circle. So it should start looking like a triangle. Then we're going to chain up 3. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to work 3 DC in between the first and the second DC from the previous row. Okay. Now we're going to skip 3 DC, and in that chain 1 space, we're going to work 3 DC. Chain 1, and then we're going to work an additional 3 DC in that same chain 1 space. Okay, and then you're going to skip 3 DC, and between the 3rd and the 4th DC, we're going to work 4 DC. Okay, then we're going to chain up 3. And then again, we're going to work 3 DC between the first and the second DC. Okay, and then we're going to skip 3 DC, and in that space, we're going to work 3 DC. Skip 3 DC, and in that chain 1 space, we're going to work 3 DC. Chain 1, and then work an additional 3 DC in that same chain 1 space. Okay, we're going to skip 3 DC, and in that space, we're going to work 3 DC. Okay, skip 3 DC, and then between the 3rd and the 4th DC, we're going to work 4 DC. Okay, then we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to work 3 DC between the first and the second DC. Okay, then we're going to skip 3 DC, and in that space we're going to work 3 DC. Skip 3 DC, and in that space we're going to work 3 DC. Okay, skip 3 DC, and in that chain 1 space we're going to work 3 DC. Chain 1, and then work an additional 3 DC in that same chain 1 space. Okay, skip 3 DC, and then work 3 DC in that space. Okay, then we're going to skip 3 DC, and we're working 3 DC in the next space. Then we're going to skip 3 DC, and we're going to work 4 DC between the 3rd and the 4th DC. And you're just going to repeat these steps for 2 more rows. Okay, after you have your 6 rows, then you're going to chain up 1. And then we're going to work 2 single crochet in each DC and chain space along the top. So you should have a total of 26. Okay, and then we're going to chain 3, and we are going to join with a slip stitch. Okay, then we're going to chain 2. Okay, and then we're going to work a DC in each single crochet across. Okay, and when you get up to the chain 3, you're just going to work 1 DC in each of those chains. Okay, now we're going to make a front post double crochet around your beginning chain 2. And then you're going to make a back post double crochet around your next DC. And then another front post double crochet around the next DC. Then you're going to make a back post double crochet on the next DC, and you're just going to repeat these 2 steps all the way around. When you finish the round, you should have ended on a back post double crochet. So to start the next round, you're just going to do a front post double crochet, and then you're going to work a back post double crochet, and you're going to repeat those 2 steps all the way around for another 2 rows. So you should have a total of 3 rows of back post and front post double crochets. Okay, when you get to the end of the row, you're just going to slip stitch to join to your first front post double crochet that you started the row with, and then you're going to fasten off. Okay, now I'm going to take my threading needle and I am going to weave in the end that was from the beginning, and I'll show you how to do that so we can close that hole a little bit. To finish off our cowl, I like to put some fringe. I used 4 strands for each space, and I measured about 12 inches for each strand, depending on how long you want it. I felt like that was a good size, but you can also make it longer or shorter or less fringe or no fringe at all. So really it's how you want your scarf to look. So I will show you how I do that. Okay, and once you're done with the fringe, you are finished with your cowl. I hope you guys like this tutorial. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Thank you.